So I don't know how much we'll do this year because of the studio work. Like I said, we're going to be putting out a single like every three months, so or something like that. We're still in the planning phase of that, but we have some gigs that are coming up. They're all on our website, but we just have to make sure it's worth our while to get out of the house. So most importantly, the studio, because that's where we spend a lot of time.
Yeah.
And,
Believe me, I know what it's like being in the studio. Being an engineer myself, used to be my home once upon a time in Auckland. I used to have a little room out the back and stayed in there because, believe me, one band would come, the next one's in the same day, and we're moving on. Now,
just trying to get more efficient, go faster, better, quicker, get that music out fast. Because we have so many songs that we've written already that, we need to put the can and get those out.
Absolutely. I started my career back in the day when they actually had a thing called DAT tape.
Oh yeah, DATs. Yeah, we have some DATs. Yeah, laid in there, yeah. I've got some of those actually, yeah.
We go and dust them off, and you never know, they might be worth gold again today. Now the thing is, I got to ask you, would you be interested in, I don't know, coming down here to New Zealand, down under, and playing in front of New Zealand audiences?
We would love that. That would be so fun. That would be really fun.
We would love to be able to show you a little bit about our country, and believe me, it has its funky parts and absolutely gorgeous parts as well. Exactly. We have a place down the South Island called, let's forget about that because it's like a place where time forgot. It really, really is. You can still see the dinosaurs walking around there, but that's only because Mum's hanging out the washing. But believe me, Marlborough Sound is an absolute place to go and see. The only thing that is new that goes through there, would you believe, might be a P&O cruise every now and again. It is so picturesque. We would love to be able to show you that. But at the same time, I've got to ask you, would you be interested in doing, I don't know, some really crazy things? Like, for instance, are you into eating maybe weird, funky stuff? Barbara knows what's coming up here. She does. She's honing in on your face right now. Believe me, we have a thing here called a hoo-hoo grub. Have you ever heard of one?
No.
Okay, let me describe this to you. You know what a caterpillar is, right?
Oh, a grub. Yeah, so it's like the grubs in the lawn. Yeah.
This is like a caterpillar on steroids. It is a huge white and black thing. It really, really is. And now what you do is you put the body in your mouth while it's alive, by the way, and you bite off the black head. Don't eat the head. It is yucky. It really is. You just don't want to do it. But when you crunch down on this bug, literally, it tastes like creamy peanut butter. A crawfish. A crawfish. Yeah, we kind of call them creepy crawlies here. Little ones. Yeah.
Carrie would love to try that.
Well, I got something better for you. I got something better for you. We could take you down to the bottom of the South Island and I don't know, Barbara, what do you reckon? Throw them off a bridge.
Bungee jumping, I can bungee jump, yeah.
Bingo. Well done. AJ Hackett, being a friend of ours, and I've known AJ for many, many years, who was the insurgent of bungee jumping here in New Zealand. He literally doesn't mind us taking down our artists and, helping them off a bridge. Thank goodness you're not Australian. Yeah, because we'll attach the bungee. Oh, I'm sorry about that. No, I always look like this. Come on.
You're pixeling out. I can't hear you.
I'm pixeling out, you can't hear me. I'm so glad that you got that right. Now, at the same time, I want to describe your band as a whole. You kind of call yourselves bluegrass. Really bluegrass? I think you're more a pop country, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah. It's funny. Our fans are people that hear us. It's like whatever kind of music they like, that's what we are to them. And so it's pretty, like the award that we got was Americana Bluegrass Folk Band of the Year. Americana, I believe that we are. I believe that we're probably one of the first Americana bands that were out there, really, because nobody could really label us. We can do mainstream country, but then our next song is going to be, folky rock. So, and we don't, when we write and record, we really don't think for genre. And so, yeah, a lot of times people, just because I play mandolin, a lot of people say bluegrass, but we are not bluegrass.
Well, that kind of confused me. Yeah, that kind of confused me, to be quite honest with you, because I got the Americana and the other descriptions, but bluegrass myself, I just, no, I couldn't figure it, to be quite honest. I came, the closest I came was pop country.
I do like bluegrass, I just always tell that joke.
Yep.
The banjo player jokes, we all heard those.
Yeah, paddle faster, I'm listening to banjos. Yeah, believe me. And you fit well here with Galaxy107fm because, believe me, I got a canoe and no banjo.
Say it one more time. You're breaking up. I don't know what's wrong here.
Oh dear. I said you fit well here with Galaxy107fm. I've got a canoe.
Yes.
I got a canoe but no banjo. Yeah.
I would forget the punchline. I'm not very good at that.
That's just as good as actually starting off a joke and laughing halfway through.
Yeah. There have been several times I've been on stage and I decide to tell a joke and the band's just horrified. They're like, oh God, no. They know that I will not know the punchline. By the time I get to it, I've forgotten it. I've already moved on in my mind. It's funny.
Dear. Well, here's a good one for you. You can tell it anywhere. You have a thing over there called Dunkin' Donuts, is that right? Right, well, when I was 5 years of age, I had a bully at school, and I hate bullies, I really, really do. And one day I says to him, would you like a Hertz donut? And he goes, yeah, I'll have a Hertz donut. So I punched him in the arm and said, Hertz donut.
I laughed at everything.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting admonished. My team over here just admonished me saying, Grant, give up on the funny stuff. It's just not working for you. Okay, now we're going to go to the number one song that's been requested for you guys since we've been playing you guys, and that is Heaven. Don't let me, let's get this right. Heaven, don't let me down. My eyes really, I really, old age, need to be wearing my glasses. Tell me about this, because believe me, everybody seems to have taken a shine to this. How did you come to the lyrics?
Yeah. That's very interesting. That one, Carrie started writing, and the first verse, I believe, was his, and I helped him write, and a few others. I don't think David was on that one. I think it was just Carrie and his brother and I, and he had the first verse and we finished it off, but each verse is like its own little story with the chorus, because everybody, in one part of their life says, heaven don't let me down, it's like, please not this time, and, it's kind of like the music business, we're very versed on please, and it's kind of like that, but it's very bluesy and funky, and we've done many versions, and the one you have is the album version, but we actually have a version, like a demo version, that's way funkier and bluesier than that. And when we perform it live, we blues it up quite a bit. We do a very cool blues breakdown and stuff, but people they really take to that song, and it's awesome that they do, because, it's kind of like one of those things you're like, you've got all these babies, and they pick out that one baby, and they really like it, and you're always wondering, but I think a lot of people can relate to what it says.
I've just been told in my ear, 1,477,000 requests for that since we started playing it.
Wow, 1 million?
1,477,000 requests since we started playing Heaven, Don't Let Me Down. So, you know what I've got to do now, don't you? I've just got to play it, I really do. Yeah, absolutely. Here is Herrick and Heaven, Don't Let Me Down. Wow, the stats are... Yeah. Oh, you like chicken too? Good on you. Oh, no. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Yes, I know we're going to go over time. 1 to 12 o'clock. Yep, only one away from 12 o'clock. 27 degrees downtown, heading for a high. Well, our high was 23, so we've surpassed that. I kind of think, wouldn't be too far away from 30, to be honest with you. Tuesday, January the 30th, and I'm joined by Donna Herrick from the Band Herrick, coming out of Music City, and believe me, what a wonderful lady she is, and what a great conversation we're having right now, especially about chickens. Got to put that in there, I really, really do. One of the favourite animals by the feel of it. Now, Donna, we haven't actually played this too often, and I received it this morning. The production team sent it through to me, and they were very, very excited. When I did play it, we got 37,000 people email us wanting to know exactly everything about the song. So without further ado, I've really got to ask you, Like a Disease, tell me all about it.
Well, it's like a disease. No, I'm kidding. I was on an airplane coming back. I think it was from California. We were on a tour in California, and that melody started popping into my head, and we brought it to a writing session with the band, and it was pretty much halfway written by the time that I brought it in. But Jefferson added his touch, Carrie added his touch, that kind of thing, and I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where they just came to my head, and I just wrote it in. I just wrote it down. It was like I just kind of channeled through it. And I love it because it's a hard rock too. It's just like, it just hits you hard. And I always love, when we write, I know when I write, it's visual in my head. I'm thinking of the show and how it's going to go over in the show, because that's just, that's just the way I think about it. And God, this would be a great opening number. Just hit people, just knock them right out, just hit them really hard with it. So that's what I was thinking when I was writing it, was basically, and Carrie and my relationship, it hasn't always been roses. And when I get angry with him, it's a song. And that's kind of how this came out.
I see. So the next angry song's going to be about a DJ in New Zealand. I know that one. Yeah. And mistreatment of chickens. Yeah. Taking notes. She's...
Writing it right now.
Yeah. Believe me. And I'll play it too. I will. I'll take pride in playing it. Now, but at the same time, I've also got to say to you, we hadn't actually, myself, hadn't actually heard it until I played it this morning on the breakfast show, and we did get such a response. I got to be honest with you, when I first heard it, I got to, straight away, became a very, very fast fan of this song. I absolutely loved it. It's got the hook, it's got the sound, it's got everything that you would want in a Herrick song. It really, really does. So I can't really go without playing it, and believe me, I'm looking forward to doing so. So here is Herrick, Like a Disease, right here at Galaxy 107 FM.
Your love is like a disease. You got me.
Ooh, it's hot up here.
Great voice.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
God.
It is such a pleasure to talk to you. We're going to have to wrap it up here, but at the same time, don't go anywhere just yet, because I know Barbara, she's going to want to do a couple of little quick videos. One basically to go on our website, and one to go to Crank It Up magazine. Yeah, you know the magazine. Yep, absolutely. Go to Indie Garage. And believe me, as I say to you, John Rain, he owns the magazine. He actually makes movies, and he's a good friend of Quentin Tarantino's.
Oh wow! I know his movies. Yeah.
He works for people like, of course, Warner Brothers, Universal Studios, and of course Bollywood. So you know he's a very busy man. But at the same time, do not be surprised if somebody from Crank It Up magazine wants to get in touch with you, do a follow-up interview, and put things into words on paper that I can't do. Literally, I use my voice.
Yeah.
I can't write for.
That would be so fun. Seriously, you know, hit us up on that. I'm serious. We travel all over the place, so to us, it's just part of the job. So we'd love to come visit you. We've never been, so that would be so fun.
Nice.
It really would be.
Anyway, let's go back to the desk.
Okay.
That's right, the sound of Herrick, of course, Like a Disease. And I've just been told by production that we've run into record-breaking time. Yes, 10,528,000 people have joined us for this interview. Donna, that is incredible that many people have joined us for the interview this morning. And I've got to thank everybody, and especially yourself, for participating here in New Zealand. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you guys and all you listeners out there. That is amazing.
We have...
Thank you guys for doing this. Without you, they wouldn't be able to listen.
Well, this is true, but you know, we've never had that kind of score before. Normally about 9 million join us at any given time, but never this high. It is an incredible time to be talking to Donna Herrick from Nashville and Music City and the Band Herrick. And believe me, we've enjoyed playing your music today. It's not going to stop here. We're going to continue playing it, and we would love to be able to do a follow-up with you guys with new music as it comes out. We would love to be able to premiere it to our listeners. Would you be interested in working with us in the future?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, we'll make sure you get it first.
There you go, because I feel our listeners do deserve that little bit of special. I love that, absolutely love that. If you wanted to see what that was about, you're going to have to go to the interview and watch it on the interview very, very shortly. We'll get that up on our website. But Donna, I got to thank you again, and I can't thank you humbly enough. I know it must be about dinner time over there for you, and sustenance is such a big thing in an artist's world. So, but I do have one more personal question just before we go, and this is something that has been asked a number of times from people who want to know. Just before you, and let's set the scene. As you're getting ready to go on stage, the crowd's out there, they're hyped up, the band's on stage, the music's rolling, the lights are going, the smoke machines are going. Donna, do you get nervous?
No.
No butterflies? No butterflies at all?
I get excited. I can't wait to get out there. So yeah, I don't ever get nervous. It's more of like an excitement, like I can't wait kind of thing. I used to years ago, but it was only, and it's kind of funny because this will happen every now and then. Like I'll be on stage and we'll just be doing the show and everything's great. Then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, what's the next line? I will be thinking, no, really, this happens. I'll be like thinking about it like during the first verse. I'm like, oh crap, I don't know the first line to the second verse. So I will sit there while I'm singing, trying to remember that second verse, and usually right at the last second, it kicks in and I have it. Because it's muscle memory. It's kind of like as you do it over and over. But things like that happen, which is hilarious, actually. I think that's funny.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I'm used to performing in front of anything from 10,000 to 150,000 people, but I get nervous. I got to be honest with you. I get nervous in a room full of 10 people.
Yeah, yeah. If there's less people, that's way harder than 10,000 people.
Absolutely.
Because they're looking at you like with a magnifying glass.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
looking at you. And I love it. I love it because it's harder, but I love it because you get to know those people a lot better.
Absolutely,
You know, it's
absolutely.
like yeah, so it's fun. I love it.
Yeah, and believe me, I feel those laser eyes as well. But you know something? I look at it more as of a challenge to be able to turn a small crowd around than what I did with a big one, because a big one is just work anyway. It's something that you do anyway. It's easy to do. But those 10 people can be so critical. They really can. So yeah, it's so much more of a challenge. I love that. Donna Herrick, thank you for joining us here at Galaxy 107 FM. Looking forward to catching up with both you and Kerry and Jefferson and Jeff the next time maybe. And believe me, we're looking forward to any new work that can come out. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having us, or me, us. The band, thank you for having us on the air. We really do appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
Honestly.
Our pleasure, Donna. And please, don't be a stranger. You're part of the Galaxy family now. Hit us up anytime you feel like a chat. I would be honoured to be able to have a chat to you anytime you feel like it. Exception maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not here. I get here at 3.
Just like, okay.
Yeah, no. I don't get here until 3 a.m. But believe me, and I don't leave here until 11 at night. So pretty full day, to be quite honest with you, running a radio station.
I bet. That is crazy. So 3 o'clock a.m. your time is what time our time? Is it the day before?
Yeah, it is the day before. Well, to be quite honest, you're still the 29th over there, aren't you?
9 a.m. is 3 a.m. No, sorry, 3 a.m.
Yeah. Apparently 3 a.m. our time is 9 a.m. your time yesterday.
Oh, something like that. I think that's
I'll
wrong.
call you. That would be great.
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
wanted to call you the day before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I tell you what, I'll do you a deal. I'll send you the lotto numbers on Saturday. You'll get them on Friday. If you win on Saturday, I'll go you halves.
There you go. You know, I've always wondered why people don't do that. I've been thinking about that for years. I'm like, how easy would this be? I don't get it.
They just got to match up, that's all. Anyway, Donna, pleasure talking to you. Stay on the line right now, and we'll do a little something that other people will appreciate later on. But in the meantime, better go to Studio B. Here's George Thorogood.